has really been on mama communities recently. And so that has looked like doing performance work and writing work and a variety of different video work, blogging, touring, all kinds of different stuff. Sorry, I'm a little nervous, I don't know why. So I'll just put that disclaimer out for everyone. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about the process of how this session came to be. I presented last year at the Allied Media Conference a session called Building Stronger Selves, and it was really looking at how mamas, mothers, and community caretakers take care of themselves, and how we're informed by media and how that impacts the way that we construct motherhood for ourselves. And it was a really powerful opportunity to meet other radical mamas of color. And we, several months after that, I was approached by Jenny Lee to start to put together this track that really focused on radical mamas, particularly mamas of color. One of the organizers here to do a track, a mama track, specifically focusing on the voices of radical mamas of color. And that kind of began this year-long's worth of work to get this session together. And the last year really included time spending building with radical mamas and community caretakers, because part of what happened in those dialogues is we started to talk about who were the people that take care of our communities besides mamas whose work is unpaid. And we recognized that there were many community caregivers who are not tied into corporate nonprofit structures or even larger nonprofit structures whose work is not being paid for and literally financially not being contributed towards. So I did this in April. I did this tour called the New Migos Tour, and we ended up, I drove from Massachusetts down to New Mexico and had the opportunity to meet with quite a few different mamas and learn about their communities and learn about the work that they're doing, and really have an opportunity to think about what is the new ethos for the new legacy of our time. So I'm really, really pleased and honored to say that many of the folks here in this room today are from that original tour, driving tour. And that also really to honor that there's a lot of mamas who were not able to be in this room and a lot of community caregivers who are not able to be in this room today because we have other commitments that we have to make. And that's real deal, you know? And so just to kind of name some of those folks, I just want to make sure that we acknowledge Young Women United in Albuquerque, that we acknowledge Naomi Martinez of Hermana Resist in Texas, that we acknowledge the Mommies of Color Project in Austin, Texas, for informing this session, even though they're not able to physically be here because they have children and responsibilities.
And financial constraints.
Exactly.
Budget issues.
Exactly. And so this has been like a year-long project in the making, and we are committed to continuing this work for the next year and building the infrastructure that it takes to get more mamas in the room and be able to provide more space for them to do their own self-healing and to continue to support the work that they're already doing in the world. So that's kind of like the foreground for what we're going to do today. And what we were going to do was each talk about our different projects. So that's been my project, to tell you the truth, and will continue to be my project over the next year, insofar as it's also my life work, right? And so we're going to just do a little, am I forgetting anything, guys? No, right? So we'll do a little round, and everybody's going to present on their different projects that they've been working on, and then we're going to do a Skillshare with folks. We decided to do a salon-style Skillshare where everybody's going to get to witness kind of like a how-to session, and if you have questions and there's time at the end, we'll come back and have those questions, provide a time for those questions. And then the second block of this process is going to be creating this collaborative media project. And we can talk more about that towards the end of the session, but it will be featured in our closing.